This is Flake, Rose, and Spirits. This is Supremely Black Podcast. Bring you content that matters. How you doing today, co-host? How you doing, D.Rose?
What's going on, man? It's been a pretty challenging week. Just staying positive with it. Just learning to enjoy life, making the best of everything. But did happen to lose someone this week that was like a father figure to me. So definitely rest in peace to Hambone, man. Just to kind of share like a story with him. He was my ex father, so been around him for like 9, almost 10 years. So he was definitely a dope dude, strong person. Was one of those guys from the hood that was really an OG. So he's definitely going to be missed, and definitely you felt his presence while he was here. So just shout out to the Watkins family. You all are in my prayers, and I will be in the city to support you all. But outside of that, man, I took a lot of steps this week to channel the right energy and signed up for even some more counseling, which I'll be doing Monday with somebody. I found somebody that was more relatable, someone that's a little younger, about middle age, that is from a minority instead of, someone I just really didn't have anything that I could relate to them. So outside of that, spiritually, even though it has been a lot of things going on, I found like a balance and a resurgence of my purpose. So no complaints, but we'll get through it. But right now it's just life and surviving 2020, man. How about you, Flake?
Yeah, first of all, prayers, Big Hambone and the Watkins family, and prayers to you on that loss. Um, Also, prayers to your ex-girlfriend as well, which I know uh, personally myself. But yeah, mental health is serious. Mental health as well. Good to know, brother, that you are getting it checked out and going, and not just battling it out. That's one thing I would say I'm proud about this generation and what's coming along now. That it's okay for us to speak about being depressed, being down, and going through things.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Shoot, when I was a kid growing up, you just kind of toughed it out. That was it. You kind of tough it out. Whatever issues you get, you bear it. You don't let nobody see you cry. You don't let nobody see you sweat. You handle it on your alone time. You take it out on the field or on the court, or on some woman, or that be the reason why you doing the things that you do. Because I know it's been plenty of nights that I done cried in the shower and didn't see nobody to talk to or nothing like that. Just put the weight of the world on my shoulders and kept it pretty much moving. Made it out of that without counseling. But now that I know if I ever hit that situation again, that's the first place I'm going. Or I'm reaching out to talk to somebody for sure. But my week has been good. Just thinking about what's gonna go on with these holidays with COVID numbers going up. So feeling kind of bad because one ain't gonna be able to see as much family as usual, and you know how we do. We cut up and
Exactly.
drink and play the game and watch movies and talk shit and everything else. So
Right.
it seems like that's all gonna be missing this year. So well, for Thanksgiving for sure. Hopefully for Christmas, all this crap will be going down and we can all get together because as human beings, that's pretty much what we need. We are built on relationships and being together and being with other people. That's why they say solitary confinement is unhumane because you
Mm-hmm.
put a person by themselves for that long, you will start to go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And so COVID is kind of it ain't like that, but I don't want to compare it to that. But in some way, when you're not able to see the people that you normally get to see, it can make you get depressed and start looking at things a lot different. But I mean, I can't complain. There's people out there doing worse. So yeah, I can't complain about this week
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
Family's healthy. Uh, our co-host Spirit, if you hadn't noticed, our co-host Spirit is not with us this week. He's a little bit under the weather. He doesn't. So y'all pray for him. He done caught the little Ronnie. Uh, He done caught the little Ronnie and cheese. So pray for him. He'll be back on his feet. He'll run so them lungs good. He'll be back up in no time. But send your prayers out to him.
Yeah. But one thing that you had said was, I had talked about this today with one of my mentors, was growing up of how we were programmed to just move past it. But now I think that that's like the biggest slap in the face to somebody that's dealing with something. It's just like, get through it or stay strong. It's like, if I'm telling you about it, apparently I'm vulnerable or weak in this area, and the only thing you got to tell me is, yeah, get stronger. Like, I don't even tell people that. If you want to cry, don't get me wrong now, the way I was raised, that wasn't gangster, that ain't how we move. But we're in a different day and time, and people that aren't able to express themselves sometimes tell you hidden clues before they decide to make a decision that could haunt everybody for the rest of your living life. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. Like, to piggyback on what you were saying, mental health is real. So like, and I know we've said it a lot, but very, very strong people that just aren't very good at communicating. And that makes them so weak that they will become selfish, and people make decisions that are just knee-jerk decisions that can punish people. Like, and I say that from experience. And some decisions you just can't get back. And
yeah, sometimes people make permanent decisions on temporary situations.
Temporary situations, yeah. So do that, yeah. But yeah, that's it. Like, talk.
I mean, and speaking of you saying it's not gangster to cry, I just want the people who listen to this podcast think about the times that you was hurting and you cried and you bawled out and you probably went to sleep after that and you felt so much better the next day.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, some people say tears is weakness, but I say
Strength.
shoot, that's strength right there. That's strength, and that's whatever bothering you leaving the body. You got to get out some type of way. Whether you go in and scream, whether you go to one of these little places they got now where you go in and take a bat and ram a TV or a car, or whether it's crying, you know, you got to have some type of outlet. And you're right. Some of them people are so strong that they don't feel like they can lean on somebody else, and their communication is bad, and it all builds up. And when it builds up so much, it has nowhere to go, and the pressure is on you, and you get the feeling, feeling in your chest is heavy, it's on your mind all the time, and you just can't function.
Yep. Yeah, but yeah, so definitely to kind of close it out before we get into the topic, check in on your people. Get comfortable being uncomfortable with some of these conversations. And sometimes just be the friend that listens and not the one that has an opinion, because not every time somebody brings something to you, they're looking for an answer. They probably just looking for an outlet. So whatever friend you are, whatever you called on for, just be that in that space to kind of close that up. But we'll get into it. What we're going to discuss this week is, I know we've all seen the news, especially for the people that are big on hip hop. I know I grew up on it. I know I loved it and learned a lot from Flake because we come from different generations of music. I guess we're kind of like the ain't no telling what you gonna get from us, from trap rap to emotional emo music to
Facts.
song. You have no idea, and they come up with Jay-Z, Nas, and people that told stories, and it wasn't about gang and this squad over here, and I'm talking about your dead auntie and grandmama that got hit in the 70s and 80s, and so it's a different era, but we've all seen that has followed the music scene over the last year or two, and it's been happening, but it just seems like now it's way more intensified. It's become like a blood sport. So what we're going to discuss this week is just kind of like what has happened to the hip hop scene, and why does it seem that, if you are a rapper, it's even more dangerous than being glorified street guys? Because I know personally people in different cities that, do things illegally that aren't even nowhere near as touched as these rappers are. So we're gonna kind of discuss and bounce off some ideas of what do we really think happened to the music that turned it into such a blood sport. Is it us and how we hype it up? Is it social media that makes it worse? Is it some behind underground stuff with labels? Like, what's going on? What's some of your thoughts on that, Flake?
Social media.
Okay.
I think it's social media. I think, as you mentioned back in the day, the rap that I listen to when I get talking about Jay-Z, Nas, A-Bar, MJG, Pastor Troy, some of them cats, Player Fly, 3-6 Mafia, Skinny Pimp, and the list goes on. That they problem was with you. You know, they beef was with you. It had nothing to do with your gang, your affiliation. If I had a beef with you, then me and you would beef. I'm not bringing up your other people. I'm not talking about your dead auntie. I'm not talking about your dead homies. I'm not finna do none of that. And then also you gotta think about it then is that would be a B-side song. So if I put a diss track on my album, it wouldn't play on the radio. It wouldn't go off in the club. It'd just be song number 13 on my album, you know, and you had to go purchase that album to be able to hear that diss rap track. You had to hear other people talk about it. So everybody get their hands on it. So if I'm the rapper you talking about, I might hear that diss track one time.
Yeah.
And then nobody in my clique mess with you, so I don't hear it all the time. I'm going to studio, make my diss track and return, and then that's gonna be it. We gonna go back and forth, but the next diss track you might put out might not come out for another year and a half, 2 years. But by that time, the beef be done blew over, and you know, and we good. And then we got real street dudes. Real street dudes back in the day wasn't gonna spend, you know, 1,500, 2,000, 3,000, $5,000 to get in the studio to make a diss song. Nowadays, you can make a diss song from your phone. You can make a rap song from your phone, your iPad. If you got GarageBand on the iPad,
Yeah.
so now you can go download you a free beat, and you done spent what $300 on the iPad and a USB microphone, and there you go making a diss track. Now, once that diss track hit, you can upload to YouTube. You can upload to SoundCloud. Now everybody can hear it. Now they at the point now where they will play diss tracks on the radio. So they'll just edit it and play it on the radio. So now everybody got to hear it. So now you feel like you got to respond. Now it's like, oh no, you embarrassing me now because everybody know about it. And then you get on social media and you talking big cap on social media as well. Where back in the day, I had to see you in the club. You know, I had to see you at the club, at the grocery store, at the mall. Now they ain't got to come see you. All this beef can keep going on social media, on IG and Twitter and this, that, and the other. And by the time you meet each other, now you really mad.
Yeah.
And then that's how it leads to what we've seen over the last few weeks. You know, I just blame social media and everybody sharing it and everybody think this shit fun and game. When I see that type of stuff, I don't share it. Cause man, you come from the background where we done seen folks get shot, running and getting shot at, been right in the middle of folks getting shot. And I'm like, nah, I ain't finna play with it. I'm not finna forward that. I'm not finna, you know, I might forward in our little group. There's about 5 or 6 of us in, but I'm not putting it on my social media page because we all know how serious that shit can go. And I ain't trying to be a part of none of that.
Yeah, exactly. And I agree with you though. I think it's, you know, it's the social media, like that peer pressure, like you were saying, to respond, but even just a little deeper, just not even focusing on that. It's just to take back rap, we have to really just reshift the energy that we give to it. And I was just listening to a podcast, you know, driving up from Houston to get to Tennessee. And Jay Prince said they need to get away from that IG and get them an OG. And I couldn't agree with him more the way he put that together, because as he was saying is that everybody's out here campaigning for something. But as you're campaigning, other people are doing the same thing. But once you get elected for whatever you was campaigning for. So you got to know what come with that. So I really feel like we need to make it cool to just be, this is from a social media perspective, so it's like peer pressure. We really need to make it cool to just to be a rapper again. Like, everybody didn't have 50 bricks and knew Juan Pablo Mama by the first name, and everybody around you had choppers and gun. Like, stop it. Like, I think that's just what we need to stop. It's like, I would listen to you if you told me that you was Lupe Fiasco kicking and pushing. However you want to do it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to actually rap about things that you experience. Like, if you was in the military, rap about being in the military and flying to different countries and doing stuff 6 to 8 months. You don't have to come home and act like you was on the front line, bro. You was at the computer all day. That's cool. That's a different lifestyle for the most people. Trust and believe. Like, everybody that grow up in these sections, we've all pretty much seen the same thing, whether that's the worst of the worst or the best of the best. But to bring a type of energy to you, be careful what you're campaigning for. But it also is, we have to get back to respecting the art of it and not, I remember when music, like listening, because I like underground music that means something, not just the foolishness and the hoopla. But, oh man, he all right. Like, we were having a conversation where we was talking about the Gucci and Jeezy battle. Everybody want to see that because of how we think it should be, and not respecting the two grown men that did have those type of issues are able to sit in the room together and do a verses. And we know for a fact that both songs that they've dropped about each other. But that's grown man business, you feel what I'm saying? Or talk about, Crit is Big Crit is slept on. Those are great artists that actually talk about the uplifting of our people. The radio's not playing that. Why is the radio not playing it? It's not. We're not making it in demand. We're looking for, oh man, Flake ain't talking about nothing. I'm pulling up. He got 30 sticks in the car. We ain't got number 50 and 100 rounds. Oh, that's cool. So they about to just go shoot the whole house up.
Right.
Yeah. How many more houses can we hit? How many more people can we lose? Rest in peace to all the fallen soldiers that have failed to, like my boy said, it's the rap trap. It's the most dangerous, like Boost said it himself, it's the most dangerous game right now, is because of what we hype up, not even knowing it, because it's just something cool to do. And I think COVID has made it worse because people ain't really moving around like they typically would. Internet thugging until you really bump into who you was talking about, and you have to be about their life. Or you might see something that you were hyping up on online until you see somebody get put in a real predicament, and you know how that turned out, and they on a t-shirt, and I was at that party. I bet you would. It ain't as cool now when you done.
Nah. Yeah, shoot, Texas live right now with everything that happened down there. Texas live. And it seemed like the people who've been shot or whatever didn't even want no smoke. You know what I'm saying? King Von didn't want no smoke. All the smoke he wanted was he hanging. King Von had made a vow, like, I'm not finna be out here with this stick, shooting nobody. We not finna do none of it. I just wanted to square up hand to hand with you.
Mm-hmm.
Buddy shot him, but he wasn't even fighting. And the dude he was fighting covered him up so he wouldn't get shot no more. So that let you know little buddy inserted himself in something that wasn't even really that beef like that. They was gonna throw them hands like old school. Then nobody want to see nobody die. Throw them hands and pump their chest and be like, yeah, I whooped him, he whooped me. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. And that'd be the end.
Yeah.
Conway the Machine, he got shot down in Texas going to Walmart. He ain't want no smoke. This man was just trying to go to Walmart. Somebody tried to stick him for the chain.
Oh, you talking about Benny the Butcher?
I mean, yeah, Benny the Butcher.
Yeah, Benny the Butcher. Yeah.
Coming, nigga. My bad.
Yeah.
Like Griselda, my people down.
Yeah, they bumping. I actually been on them a little more. Yeah, bro.
They bumping. And Conway been shot 2 times in the head. Yeah. And he'll survive both of them, you know. But who else? Boosie didn't want no smoke. They thought he wanted smoke, and he like, man, I'm just coming down here.
He came for the visual. He came for the visual Mo 3 to get, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
he said, I ain't want no smoke. I'm just coming to pay my respect.
He got hit on his birthday, bro. He got shot on his birthday. That was Boosie's birthday. He had just show in Humble. Because I had a few people that was out in the city moving around. He did a show on. Yeah. He was going to Dallas. And that was his birthday. He got shot on his birthday. You know, usually he had a birthday bash, but COVID got that messed up.
Right. It took all that.
Rest in peace to Mo 3. He get killed, so he go do that, and you get shot.
And Mo 3 was trying to get away. He trying to escape. He ain't want no smoke.
But it's just all the back to the previous war stories and the dissing and talking about people, homeboys and dead
Yeah.
family members. We got that. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. I listen to it. I run a lot. I work out a lot. It's extremely crunk behind me in the gym, just ready to lift it. And I'm not thinking purposely. It doesn't move me to the point where I'm like, where my ops said, let me get on Instagram Live and talk about, man, when I see you, we are. No,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. But I use it for motivational purposes in the gym or working out. But the reason why I think this conversation is important is because these young kids, like me and my homie was just talking about before we started recording, is that these young kids aren't able to separate the art from it. So you think about,
Yeah.
a King Von and Quando Rondo situation. We need more people like us to speak about it. It's not that people are cloud chasing, but you have to separate their art from it because keep in mind, they may have been living that life at one point. But the moment you step into that booth, you are trying to make a career altering decision. Because I know people that really gangster and can't tell you how to rap, nothing. They ain't doing it in prison right now either. That's just not who they are. So you had some in your head to say, I wanted to do something different. And it wasn't just to come in to lose your life the moment you start to get a buzz because of who you were. You wanted to grow out of that. So, but kids can't separate like we can. We can go work out to it and be like, man, I ain't studying that. We can get hype going to the club.
Right.
But these young kids don't understand.
And
Yeah.
I either when you hit, our age and you really gotta beef with somebody. You just like, man, I got more important stuff. You don't come my way, I won't come your way, and we'll just leave it at that. Like we agree, disagree. We don't like each other, so therefore, if I walk in the club and you in the bar at the club, you go on the other side, I go on the other side. We ain't gonna have no conversation. We ain't got to talk. We ain't got to do none of that. We just gonna get out of Dodge and that's it. And what you call was right. They do need an OG because if I'm on King Von squad and I know he done split some money with me when he made his first bag, I'm not gonna let you go over there and fight, buddy. We leaving. We
And
leaving.
that was the key thing. It was two things that came up to it, and I was sitting there looking at it, and I was like, this is what was different for me. How it played out and how the stories came out. Is one, I respect, rest in peace first and foremost. It shouldn't have turned out that way. I respect
God bless dead.
in the fashion that he did that wanted to fight instead of shooting initially and then getting killed. But for his homies to come tell him that, hey, Flake over here in the cut, like, why are you telling me that you supposed to go ahead and handle that? And then tell me, hey, Flake, I had to get on old boy that we had a couple of conversations with. Why you coming and tell the person that's really changing y'all whole perspective? Like, y'all wouldn't just be in the manner of taking trips to these places if it wasn't for him being a rapper. So if you're gonna be a real friend, I'm not coming to tell you, hey, bro, so-and-so them over there. No.
For what?
You see what it was and we seen them, so don't come tell me, go on and handle your business. And I just think it was just so many different things that could have been done, just overall, it's just, if one, let's quit hyping it up, but two, put them guns down, man.
Put them all the way down.
You
Put
just
the
look,
guns down. Senseless. It's senseless over nothing, over a block you don't own, over streets you don't own that ain't named after you. It's 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 crazy. It's it's crazy at the end of the day. Hell, I don't know what to say. It just got to come to a stop because it hurt my heart every time I see a young cat that's,
right.
because people got to think about this. They think of that one person, we lost that one person, like, but nah, we done lost, the King Von situation. We lost King Von. We possibly could leave Rondo Quando. We gonna lose the shooter for sure.
Yep.
So, and King Von, with him not being here any longer, whoever he was supporting, that's gonna change their life as well. So he had two kids. So two kids gonna grow without a dad. They finna be angry. Whatever kids' mothers they are, they not getting that support from him. Whatever family members he was supporting, They not gonna get their support. Whatever homeboys that was on his payroll, now you won't have a job anymore. You know, whether you being a manager, whether you being some type of security, whatever that situation is, now you don't have a job anymore. Now, what are you about to do? Are you about to go back to the streets? Are you about to go back working in the factory?
No.
Either way, you're not finna get the money that you was gonna be getting. You was gonna be making more money, and you was gonna be making money doing something you love to do, and that's helping your homeboy. Or we don't know what other rapper could have came out that camp, or producer, or manager. You know, for they can manage 4 and 5 different rappers, or whatever that situation is. So that's one main reason why I say we gotta put the guns down, because I look at it now like the LeBron James effect. The LeBron James effect was he made it and he put all his homeboys on. On top of putting his homeboys on, that every tree that homeboy connected to is also profiting as well. And then that's probably affecting 20 to 30 to 40 people's lives right there. When you got one rapper that make it out the hood and they do the same thing, once again, that's taking another 20, 30 to 40 people out the hood. And we ain't talking about how they can affect grandkids, great grandkids, because you get that financial stability off the music, and you able to start your own business and put stuff up for generations of your family. So as black folks, we got to start looking like that, not just as rappers, but if you in the streets at all. The streets was made for you. The streets gonna be the streets, and the streets don't love nobody. Everybody know that. But when you was coming up, once you made it out the streets, you didn't turn back to the streets. Now it seems like you make it out the streets and you want to stay the streets so you can prove to folks that you are the streets.
That you are street.
But for what? Like Ocho Cinco said, look, I got money. I can wear fake jewelry. He gonna tell me it's fake. I mean, if you came from the streets and you made it out the streets, you can talk about all them old street stories. Ain't no use to trying to be the streets no more.
Yep.
You can't play both sides.
Yep. Yeah, man. I just, I hate it. And it's sad that if we went through every rapper and said, rest in peace, thug in peace, whatever you want to say, it would take up an entire podcast, and we haven't spoke about anything with any substance outside of these young brothers losing their life over, like you said, pointless beef. Or something. I ain't gonna say it's pointless, because some things do come with. We just need to address.
I mean, yeah, some things come to street.
But the guns don't have to be involved. Is where I'm going with this. Like I'm cool with. It's gonna be some beef. I understand there's always gonna be some misunderstandings. We're humans. There's always gonna be different perspectives. Some people don't know how to respect others, and sometimes back in the day they used to get your lip busted. You go on with a little cartoon knot. Get them little cold peas out the freezer, a little cold meat. You go on about your day. You come to school next day. You got jokes all day until you get them hands together. That was
right.
Now they ain't no cold peas. They putting you on T-shirts, and little Johnny, 14, 15, got a body. The police don't know who shot him. It's a cold case at 15 and not. They gonna hold him in there. They gonna try him as a juvenile. He about to get 20, 25 when he get to the state pen if they don't throw the chair at him, depending on how he killed him and what he killed. You know what I'm saying? So we're not. I would say this: we're not winning in these predicaments. Like, we have people who are successful, impacting families that could have a positive domino effect instead of the gang, shoot them up. The same way we looking at ops, we could be looking at businesses, and okay, now we own these blocks that we repped about, and now we're going to stop gentrification in our hood because we got two of the best rappers coming out of our city from this side of town, and now
we're going to buy the hood back.
And so we having an influence that it doesn't consist around violence. I'm able to get in with some city leaders that's not necessarily politically, but they can be real boots on the ground people, because we have those in every inner city that's trying to stop the violence. Now I'm able to fund what they're doing. Now the kids have programs, so now my kids don't have to worry about growing up in the same environment that I seen. And it's just like so much positivity can come out of everybody just wanting to grow up to be the next hot rapper or the top goon in the city so I could wear a chain.
Right.
you know, and to say we did this, like, there's so many different ways that we could do it. So, you know.
That's why we need. That's why I'm saying that Nip gone, because Nip was the one that was changing that whole narrative. Nip was changing the whole narrative. He was getting every neighborhood together, Bloods, Crips, whatever, Latin King, whatever you is, and we finna stop this beefing, man, and we finna make some money all together, you know. And you know, I know people want to see this versus between Gucci and Jeezy for the beef that used to be, and people keep posting that old beef and all them diss tracks and this, that, and the other. But I say this: if them two people can sit down and be like, you know, we don't like each other, but we can sit down and be cool. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can do it. And like not Big Sean, but like Meek Mill said this week, and he got a lot of flack for somebody gonna have to forget the body and change something, you know. And people was upset, but it's the truth. Like if we gonna go eye for eye for two for everything, this cycle we're just gonna continue to roll on. It's just gonna continue to go on. Somebody just gonna have to say, forget the body, and we finna change the narrative here. And you know, y'all stay where y'all at because y'all killed my homie or whoever, but I ain't coming back for y'all. Y'all make y'all money over there, but you know, right now we need to, you know, chill out. It's gonna be a never ending story. I mean, and that's what it is. Somebody just gonna have to not say forget the body in a disrespectful way and saying, you know, you got to forget that somebody took your homeboy out, but somebody gonna have to not retaliate for it to come to an end at some point.
I mean, especially if not even use that, if the kings and queens matter, as we continuously say, when we feel that someone from the real opposition has taken someone and we go out and we protest and we march, you can't tell me that it only matters when it is somebody you consider the opposition, but we don't consider what we're doing within our own communities. It's like, it's not as like, but it's genocide. And we glorify it and we hype it up because we love music. Music is therapeutic, but this type of energy that's coming from music is very negative. It's demonic. I don't even give a damn about it. It's like like I said, we could go through a list of people that has come in the era where they're doing a diss rap that are no longer here to even tell about these stories no more. So how cool was that to be hyping it up 6 months ago and both of them on t-shirts? So how many more t-shirts y'all gonna get? Eventually somebody gonna be like, damn, you know what? I ain't got the money to buy a t-shirt, bro, gone. He was the breadwinner. Or it ain't cool no more. Or we done wiped the whole hood out, so the shooter's locked up and the one they shot dead. And now everybody looking at each other talking about it ain't number weirdos in the rap industry. Yeah, because y'all killed each other and we ain't got no problems. And you got Eminem running the rap industry. I mean, you know, no knock to Eminem, but it's like, damn, when are we gonna realize that we gotta take some accountability for some of the shit that we hype up and what we do in order for us to get, like Meek saying, I don't know how you get flack for trying to make sure that we stop beefing. Like what part of the game is that, man? Like you might not agree, he might not come to your side of town, but he's telling you by his words that he don't care to come to your side of town.
Right.
If you don't mean him no good, if I know the police down there, you think I'm still gonna speed, or am I even going that route knowing I got two other alternate directions I can go? No.
Right.
Like, that's just smart. That ain't scary. That's smart. Like, okay, you down there waiting on me to come through just to get something started. If I give it attention, I can go this way, I can go this way, I can turn back around.
Yeah.
And go straight ahead.
And I want to say the next thing about it is that we see this on social media so much that the young cats are kind of desensitized to death. And which a lot of people complain about on social media. Like if you show a titty nipple, you get banned for a month. But somebody can post Mo3 laid out on the interstate with the back of his head blown out, and they let that get shared 100,000 times, and they don't never take it down.
Can still get it right now. Only people that was the news. Everybody else that posted it, you seeing him flip, You saying how the King Von situation, FBG,
Yeah.
Nipsey, like if they can catch it on camera and show it to you, no matter what a body look like, it looks like a movie. These people have a mom and dad that got them here. This ain't no movie that's gonna cut off and run the credits. This is their life. Their credits gonna come at the funeral home. You feel me? Like it's real. This ain't no game where you can just be like, me hit pause because he got a gun or my life gonna come back. This ain't Grand Theft Auto. It's real life.
Right.
But they make it so, oh, it's so easy. It's not like that, bro. Like, ask these folks how many people doing fish fries and GoFundMe's for these funerals.
Yeah. That's what's happening. Funerals ain't cheap, and folks out here losing all type of money for them, and with no insurance, this, that, and the other. But but you can show some natural titties, man. You banned. That's coming down fast. But it ain't natural for us to see somebody get killed. That ain't natural. Somebody see us get killed. It's natural to see somebody die in their sleep or something like that.
Yeah.
But to see somebody get shot and it spread all around the internet and social media don't never take it down, that desensitized these young cats because they used to seeing it. I mean, the first time I seen somebody get shot, it wasn't on no computer screen. It was right there.
Yeah, exactly.
So I know how for real that is, you know, and I don't want to see it. When folks, even if I run across it, I won't even, if I know what it is, I won't open it. I have to see it on accident. Like, I still ain't seen the whole Nipsey thing. I won't watch it. I ain't doing it. Like, if I can avoid looking at something like that, I'm not looking at it. Because I don't want to be desensitized to something like that. Because that shit ain't normal. It ain't normal now. Now, desensitize me to them titties across my internet screen.
Right. Man. Whew. Yeah, so I'm just like, you know, and it's a common denominator of the people that they are making sure they show you see get murdered. And if that don't make sense, just look a little deeper. But even if we are a part of a certain community or culture, everybody's not seeing everybody get handled a certain way. But
no.
A particular group of people that is, and everybody gets to see it.
Yeah.
I just ask people.
I mean,
is it worth it for that to continue to happen, knowing that we know it happens to other people, but they're making it so common for this one group of people to just get murdered by their own people or other people, and it's common. Like it's
yeah, because this is the thing. This is the illusion that they want to put out there, just like the illusion you got with the election that just happened, that being pulling your social media screens, this, that, and other. It's the illusion that black on black crime is the worst thing happening in America. It's the illusion that look at how they act. They out here running around like animals. There's the illusion they trying to portray, when in fact, when you do the research, there's more white people that kill white people than black people kill black people within the last few years. So people kill in their community. So if you live in the black community, it's gonna be black on black crime. If you live in the white community, it's gonna be white on white crime. If you live in the Asian community, it's gonna be Asian on Asian crime. I mean, I remember the Asian games was going wild here in Nashville. That was happening all the time. But you never heard nobody say, well, what about the Asian on Asian crime? Nobody never mentioned that. And them cats was airing each other out damn near every weekend. So they don't
Mexican kids too. Well, them Latino.
Yeah, the Mexican. Yeah. They was Asian cats was going at it too.
Yeah, a hard place.
It was happening all the time. Nobody talking about it because that ain't the story. So the biggest lie that America's put out there is black on black crime. Ain't no such thing. It's community on community crime.
It's just crime. Shit.
Yeah, it's just crime. That's it. That's it. I mean,
I seen somebody that looked like me, or I have to walk outside. I've seen somebody that didn't look like me. A robber's gonna rob, but I don't know too many selected robbers. Like, it just happens.
And if the robber live in a majority white community, guess what? He gonna rob majority white people.
It's Jacob and Craig them getting their pockets touched every day. They can.
Right. Right. Yeah, I remember they did a few years back. I remember they did an episode on 2020 showing the white folks robbing them robbing them good neighborhood, them good white neighborhoods. You know, they leave their doors unlocked, windows unlocked. Them white boys gonna get them for everything they took, everything they want from.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, yeah.
But I want to say this too before we get ready to close it out. If any rapper or any upcoming rapper listen to this, or anybody who make it out their community, it's okay to leave the hood. You ain't, hey, look, if you leave your city or your hood for a better life, it's okay. No, I wouldn't worry about nobody calling you pussy, that you ain't real, that you don't come back. You can help the hood without being in the hood when your money is long enough like that. You definitely help the hood without being in the hood when your money long enough. So ain't nothing wrong with leaving your hood and taking your people out the hood with you and moving to another city, state, or whatever you got to do once you make it out. You can help your hood from a distance. I wouldn't be concerned about nobody saying you ain't real, this and the other. Most of the time when folks are saying that, they jealous. At the end of the day, it all turned out jealous. Most of the people, you ain't did nothing to them. They jealous because you ain't give them $25,000, but they ain't your responsibility though. Your responsibility to take care of you and yours. So hey, if you make it to that point, ain't no shame in leaving.
Couldn't have said it better. I think that's everybody's issue is to leave and come back and prove a point. But just know that I would say that everybody do it. I would give our people the benefit of the doubt. Most people come back to do it, with positive intentions, but you're gonna be faced with people that, like you said, that got that negative energy because they had it anyway and they can't do it. And they really mad at you doing it. So I know how that goes. So,
Or they had the talents and fucked it off.
Yep. So definitely wise words, Definitely wise words. Then what they say, make sure your people straight. Keep it moving. You got anything else though before we close it out?
Hey, in the famous words of Pops, man, put the gun down. All you need is these. You win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day. What's a classic line in Friday, and it's true till this day.
That's true, man. That's true, man. So again, as we close it out, rise in power to all the fallen kings and queens, anybody that has lost their life to senseless gun violence, if music caused it, or local neighborhood beefs, and I just feel like more people that use a platform, no matter how big or small you are, need to, at this point, to address it and talk about it. And people gonna say, "Are you clout chasing, trying to do?" We've talked about rappers and things like that before, so it's definitely not that. But we can't keep turning a blind eye to things that are severely impacting our community, because these kids look up and love these rappers, and we don't want them to grow up to think that it's so normal that their 23, 24, 25-year-old rapper will be dead in a matter of a year or two of them being popular. That's not cool. Like, that's just not a thing. So speak out, help out with whatever, but, don't let these people hype you up, man, for you to be just another mention in somebody's podcast or on somebody's t-shirt or in somebody's song because you the op that they was wanting to hit. Like, let's just stop that. Let's break that cycle. And if anything, get back to throwing hands, get swole up a little bit, get you, like I said, get some cold peas or that cold meat out the freezer, man, and take your L, bro. And, you ain't gonna be able to rap so tough for a couple months. But, respectfully, at least y'all both in the tell it. If you just know you need to stay on that porch and get your homie in the front line, if you ain't, you know what I'm saying? You ain't the one with them hands. You just go on stick to rapping. You might need to go R&B. You need to pull them to the front and let them have them bars, them tough bars.
Right. Start doing Drake songs.
Yeah, it's cool. Everybody still can win, man. And that's just what we, I'm gonna use a little humor to it to put it to it. But yeah, man, you get swole up a couple times, and he
Yeah.
just go R&B and get your partner that's really with that. Let him drop some
Yeah. Your
gangster
next song better
hits.
be talking about Marvin's Room.
Right. Yeah.
Fuck that
Yeah.
nigga.
Yeah. Cool. Everybody ain't thugged out, man. Ain't nothing wrong with Drake, Rod Wave, none of them. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that's good.
What happened to just popping big shit?
Yeah.
You other rappers ain't as good as me. You ain't got bars. Man, I remember when rappers used to rap about other rappers not being as
Yeah.
good as them. I got 4 and 5 Benzes and big chains.
Yeah, do
What
that.
happened to that?
You well dressed. Ain't nothing wrong being best dressed. All that, man. Get off all that rah-rah. Cause that shout out to OG Prince, man. Be careful what you campaign for, cause you get elected now. You can't turn down that election.
There's gonna them votes coming for you.
Yeah, so man, put this all jokes aside, I put a little humor in it because it's a difficult topic to talk about consistently, but we have to address it. But for real, put the guns down, man, and let's just everybody eat, get money, and handle it the old school way. This quit killing.
So you can change your hood and change other people's lives.
Yo, what you got for us, Flake, to close it out, man?
Man, our supremely black person of the week is gonna be Megan Thee Stallion, and she has been nominated as GQ's Rap Artist of the Year, and she got an album dropping Friday, and she just been dropping hit after hit after hit. It seems like between her and Cardi B, the top is the female rap world go. Those two ladies are pretty much headlining the female rap world right now. Rhapsody is behind. Hey, it's another rapper that don't be talking all that craziness. I'm talking about just straight uplifting flow, bar after bar. My girl Rhapsody, to me, she a better rap than both of them. But as far as the wave goes, she'll be number 3 behind those two. But yeah, Supreme Black Person of the Week go out to Megan Thee Stallion. She been doing her thing. Houston's very own. She done got it out the mud. She ain't do no payola to get where she is. She really done got out the mud. Listen to old school UGK. So shout out to her. She's our Spring Black Person of the Week. Y'all check out her album when it dropped Friday. She's a very good talent.
Yeah, salute, man. That's good.
Oh, and she dropped it. My bad, I mean cut y'all. And she dropped a clothing line today too. So y'all, I forgot the name of it. So excuse me if you go on the IG page or if you Google it. She just dropped her clothing line today too. So she really out here big pop.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, keep pushing, Queen. And the other ones is doing it out here too. But I gotta listen to Rhapsody, but I rock with Young M.A. I think she hard. I think she's super
Oh
slick.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know I fool with Young and May.
Yeah,
That's my nigga. Yeah, I fool with Young and May.
yeah.
Oh yeah, you gotta check out Rhapsody though. Rhapsody, man, you gotta listen to them ball.
Okay.
She be, hey dog, she got some clever balls, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm about to check her out though. But salute, Meg. Yup. Guess you can do the ending, man. We ain't got no since.
We got no black. Well, I do a black business minute for it. I don't even know why I ain't even did this one yet. I had us do this one in Nashville, Tennessee. He moving people from Nashville to all over the United States. It's gonna be at Ease Moving Company, ran by a very good friend of ours. You can look them up online at Ease Moving Company. They be moving folks from Nashville to Florida, from Nashville to Nebraska, or if you move into Nashville, and you might see me because I help out every once in a while. You might see me on the move. But yeah, they go down to where you at and move you to Nashville if you need to move to Nashville. So they do deliveries and all type of stuff. So if you're looking for a good moving company that's gonna take care of your stuff, that's insured and bonded, ain't gonna be no scratches. We shrink wrapping, we padding it up, we doing all that. That's at Ease Moving in Nashville, Tennessee, owned by my best friend Darius Allen.
Salute, at ease. Salute.
All right, we gonna wrap it up. If you are a queen, put your crown on, took that thing to the side, let them know you are a queen. All my kings out there, put your crown on, took that thing to the side, let them know you are a king. We are not 3/5 of anything. We are supremely black, and we out.